Hi, this is Karen with My I'm Possible Dream. What you may be hearing in the background is the theme to My I'm Possible Dream, sung by none other than Alex Hale. This is his initiative. Now, it started out as an initiative for autism awareness and anti-bullying, but it's become so much more over time. And today, I am going to explain what My I'm Possible Dream is all about and what our podcasts are all about. So sit back, listen, and when I complete this podcast, please share it with others. And if you have a story to share, because we are all possible, look at that word, impossible. Separate the I am from possible, and what do you get? I'm possible. Now, don't think we're so smart and we came up with that. In fact, Audrey Hepburn, a great lady from the 50s and 60s, that was her quote. Impossible means I'm possible. And you know what? We all sure are. So we look forward to you sharing your possibilities as well. So today, let me tell you a little bit more about my I'm Possible Dream. A little over 2.5 years ago, Alex came to us and he said, "You know, Mom and Dad, I'm going to be graduating college in a little while, and what am I going to do with my life? I love performing," as you can probably hear in the background when he was singing. He and his uncle, Joel Moss, who is a Grammy Award winner and who has worked on Broadway, he's worked in Hollywood, he's worked with some of the greatest stars. In fact, if you check out ManagraMusic.com, again, that's ManagraMusic.com, you can see all the stars that he has worked with. He's now working with Alex. Maybe Alex will be a star someday. But it's not necessarily about being a star. Alex wants to have a career. Alex wants to be part of the community. And the problem is that when somebody is on the spectrum, oftentimes we don't see them as part of the community. We see them as an extension of the community. We see them as being different, as being sometimes weird because we don't understand. And if you saw Alex walking down the street today, you wouldn't know he was autistic. But the difference between Alex and someone who's not on the spectrum could be something as simple as this. When Alex is walking down the street and maybe he hears a sound that is so irritating to his senses, it might really affect him where he cannot control his feelings, his actions, his thoughts. Now you might say, well, that doesn't make sense, but it does. That is a neurological component to being on the spectrum. Now, there are medications, there are treatments, there are all different things that we can work with to help desensitize those feelings, but it doesn't always work. So, the initiative was to bring out awareness so people will understand that he's not trying to cause a problem, he's not trouble, he's not really all that unique, but he does have some uniquenesses. Now, when Alex goes out and speaks to corporations and schools, one of the things he'll ask, and I'm going to ask all of you who are listening, do you have any quirks? Now, if your answer is no, I want you to ask yourself that question again. Do you have any quirks? Because I guarantee you, your answer is yes. We all have quirks. Some are not as noticeable as others, and some of our quirks may be more acceptable than others. In this society today, we need to be aware of each other and be more tolerant, more understanding. more encompassing. Because if we are, we're going to have a better community. Now, let's get back to that impossible means I'm possible. Alex has a lot of talents, but he's not the only one who has talents. I have talents too. I'm not on the spectrum. At least I don't think I am. I've never been diagnosed on the spectrum. But the concept is we all have possibilities. And too many of us sit back and dream. And we take those dreams to bed with us at night and we continue dreaming. And we wake up in the morning and we go about our daily chores and we dream. But what do we do with those dreams? We let those dreams bog us down until we are so burdened with not accomplishing what we want in life. And we make excuses. Well, if I follow my passion and my dream, I won't be able to put food on my table. If I follow my passion and my dream, I won't be able to make the money that I want to make to go on a vacation or buy that fancy car or have the clothes I want to wear. Well, what is it that you really want? Do you want the happiness or do you want the things? Do you want to follow your dream? And what is your dream worth? Sadly, we dream and dream and dream and we come up with excuses why we can't reach those goals. We find stumbling blocks along the way. Oh, it's going to be too hard. How do you know it's going to be too hard unless you take that first step? If you take the step, and what if you fail? What are you going to learn from your failure? Maybe you're going to learn a different way of doing it. I spent so many years thinking that if all I did was work hard, I would get ahead. And so that's all I did. I worked hard, I worked hard, I worked hard. And occasionally I got ahead, but for the most part, I was just tired. I wasn't getting anywhere. But I looked around, and people who weren't working as hard as me were getting ahead. And they were happy, and they were smiling. And when you asked them what their favorite things were in life, they could tell you. But if you asked me what my favorite things were in life, I couldn't tell you. Why? Because I was so busy working so hard. Think about it. Working so hard, you have no time to think. Back in the day, when I was graduating high school, my parents thought that the best thing for me was to go to college, become a teacher, and also get my MRS. And if you're not aware of what the MRS is, it means get married to a rich guy and let him take care of you. Well, that sounded good back in the day, but I didn't want to be a teacher. Excuse me. What I wanted to be was the first Jane Pauley. And if you don't know who Jane Pauley is, check it out on NBC. She was on the Today Show in the morning. I loved Jane Pauley. She looked beautiful. She had a vibrance about her. She just was everything that I ever wanted to be. She looked like the job was so easy. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it looked easy. And that's what I wanted. I wanted easy, but I just wanted that glowing feeling and be able to share stories and just be part of the spotlight. But my parents thought I was crazy. They said women would never make it in broadcasting. I think as time went on, they realized that they were probably wrong. But I didn't pursue that. I did get my degree in communications. And I tried just many different paths. And I allowed people to tell me what I was good at and what I wasn't. And I believed them. And I believed people when they told me when I looked good and when I didn't look good. And I believed people when they told me I was fat and when I should lose weight and when I should change my hair and how I should wear my makeup and when I should get married and when I shouldn't be married and how many kids I should have. And I just did what everybody else thought I should do. I wasn't happy. I wasn't following my dream. I am following my dream now. Now, about 6 months ago, I had the opportunity to be on an internet radio station, and that's where I started my I'm Possible dream. Alex allowed me to use his initiative name so we could grow his initiative and make it stronger than just autism awareness. Because we realize that if we all don't follow our dream, if we all don't create awareness for who we are, if we all aren't tolerant of each other, then nothing makes sense in this world. It's not just about Alex who's on the spectrum or anyone else who's on the spectrum. It's not about just that one person or two people who are in wheelchairs. It's not just about the person who has cancer. It's not just about the person who has heart disease. It's about all of us who need the awareness and the support and the tolerance of those around us. We don't want to be judged. We don't want sympathy, but we want empathy. And how do we get that? It starts with telling your story. Not asking for sympathy. Again, do not ask for sympathy, but share your story. How did you get from A to B? How did you get from B to Z? Or are you not at Z? How do you want to get there? How can we help? What do you need to do? Because we can guide, but you have to do the work. What are you willing to do to get there? And getting there doesn't mean sacrificing what you have, giving up jobs, money, family, friends, but it might mean taking a detour in life. It might mean taking a new path. Some people call it downsizing. Some people call it moving away. Some people on Facebook call it deleting friends. Call it whatever you need to call it, but do it the right way. Think it through. Don't just make a choice and snap your fingers. So, my I'm Possible dream. What's your dream? What's your passion? How do you want to live the rest of your life loudly? I'm not talking about shouting. I'm not talking about writing in all caps. But what I'm talking about is making your mark in the world, not for anybody else, but for yourself. Making this a better place. Not complaining about what everyone else is doing. Not complaining that things aren't right. But making the effort to find solutions. If we work together and guide each other, we can do it. I'm not a politician. I'm not a religious person. I am just Karen, and I am here with my I'm Possible dream, and I have to thank my son Alex, because if it weren't for his journey on the autism spectrum, I probably would not understand what it means to follow your dream, to find the awareness, to be more tolerant, and to live life each day with sunshine in your heart. I hope you'll continue to listen to all of our podcasts and learn how we are all trying to make a difference. Join us on our journey. Thank you.